Do you want to lose weight but not give up all the foods that you love? Stay tuned because I'm going to be here to give you 10 simple food swaps that are going to be just better, healthier choices in your everyday life. Hi there, my name is Ruth and I am with Healthy Christian Living with Ruth and Casey. Casey's busy today, so you got me in the kitchen. Today I want to give you 10 simple and easy food swaps that you can just substitute, quickly swap out the next time that you go into your grocery store, and it's going to help you improve your decision making for just living a healthier life and treating your body like a temple. So let's dive in. The first thing I want to talk to you about today are oils. What oils to use or to swap. Now you may be using a canola oil. It's a vegetable oil and you think that it says 100% pure. So why don't we want to use canola oil? Well, I'm here to tell you that canola oil is very highly processed, and we want the things in our life that are less processed, that actually are beneficial to our body and not harmful to our body. So if we swap out canola oil or other vegetable oils for extra virgin olive oil, this is one quick and easy swap that you can make. Now, olive oil, if you look down on the label, it will say, the one I'm buying, it's from Italy and it says first cold press. This is really important when you're buying oils to have a cold press oil, because what it's doing is keeping the nutrients that are from the food, from the natural food that God has given to us. So we want to have the most nutrients, and in olive oil, it has ingredients, it has antioxidants and vitamins that are kept inside the oil because it's not so highly processed. So that is one easy swap to do. Another one is avocado oil. So look for these healthier oils, swap them out, and you are just making really a lot better decisions for your body. Like I said, olive oil can improve your overall health. There's antioxidants and it's a source that says it's good for your heart health. So look for all these things so that you are putting things in your temple, in your body, that are just a little more beneficial to your own body. Next, I want to go on to bread. Okay, this is something that we probably all consume in our life every single day, unless you're doing a restrictive diet, I'm going to say, that says you can't have bread. But I like bread, so I incorporate bread into my everyday life. That doesn't mean I eat it at every meal, but I just want to give you some simple swaps. Now, grains, often, we hear that white bread isn't good. Well, why is white bread not good? I've got a little loaf of, plain white bread here, and it looks delicious, but we all know that white flour is very highly processed. And if you've ever heard of the glycemic index, what it is, white bread is 100 on the glycemic index. That means that it turns into sugar in your body very, very quickly, and it spikes your sugar level in your body, your blood sugar level. That is something that we don't want, because then the insulin has to kick in, and that's a whole nother topic. But something that you can quickly swap out for white bread is sprouted bread. Now, sprouted bread, I like the sprouted bread, and it's called Little Big Bread, but just this one swap, you are going to be giving your body more nutrients. And sprouted bread, as we know, when we use things in our body that are sprouting, it gets more nutrients into our body. That's what we want. We're looking for the nutrient-dense foods that are actually beneficial and give our body fuel or energy, and that's what we need. Grains are all made of 3 parts. They're made of the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. Now, when we're using sprouted bread, we're getting all of the nutrients that are when it's just sprouting. When we use the white bread that has been highly, highly processed, all of that, almost all of it is taken out. Now, if you do that one little swap to sprouted breads, you are changing from using a bread that's 100 on the glycemic index to using one that's moderate. that in itself is a very, very good change for your body, because your insulin doesn't have to kick in as often. You're not going to get those high blood sugar spikes, and that is a benefit to your body. Okay, so I just talked about bread. Now, so often, I know for me, I love peanut butter on bread. And you might like peanut butter on bread too, or on toast. But here's a quick and easy swap, okay? I said I was gonna give 10 food swaps. This is number 3. So oil was number 1, bread is number 2, peanut butter is number 3. Now, this is a very, very popular brand, and you might love it. Now, you might look at the ingredients, and I'm gonna say the ingredients say that there's only 1 gram of sugar for a tablespoon. Now, that is very low in sugar, but don't just look at the sugar on the labels. I talked about oils, so we know that oil is important, but when you look at the ingredients here, the second ingredient is soybean oil. Now, in case you didn't know, soybean oil, about 12 years ago, soybeans were genetically modified. So this oil is really highly processed. It's not that healthy for your body. It's not like the extra virgin olive oil or the avocado oil. So you don't really want soybean oil in your everyday life. Now, and the next ingredient is corn, and the next ingredient is maltodextrin. Now, this is all in Kraft peanut butter. Maltodextrin, in case you don't know, it is a type of preservative, and it comes from starch. And it is so high on the glycemic index. In fact, the glycemic index is a scale that goes from 0 to 100. White bread was 100. Maltodextrin is actually 130 on the glycemic index. It's harmful to our bodies. So, one easy swap is to change from a peanut butter that is processed to one that has less ingredients. Now, if I go to this one, I got this one at Costco, but you can look in your regular grocery store for pure peanut butter. Now, read the labels. We all have to start reading the labels. But on this one, if I look at the label and the ingredients is dry roasted peanuts. It's one ingredient versus all the ones that I had in here, like maltodextrin and the unhealthy oils. So wow, one easy food swap, and you're getting more nourishment and better ingredients that are more beneficial to your body. So that's one easy swap. Wow. Okay, moving on. We're on number 4 now for 10 easy swaps in your kitchen just to make better healthy choices for your temple. We always say treat your body like a temple, not a trash can. And so I'm giving you these tips so that you can still eat the foods you love, but you're treating your body with so much more care. So jam. Okay, I've got 2 kinds of jam here. Now, I'm first gonna say they're both the same brand. They're both Smucker's jam. If you make your own jam, great. But if you're buying jam and you don't want to give up jam, well, this one, I'm going to show you, it says pure. I don't know if you can see that right there, but right here, it says pure. And then it says no artificial colors, no artificial flavors. I'm going to just point that out there for you. Now, if I was just quickly picking something up in the grocery store and not bothering to take the time to read the labels, I would think, oh, that's a good one, and I would grab it. But I'm a label reader, and so I'm going to tell you what the ingredients are. Now, first of all, 1 tablespoon of jam is 12 sugars. That's a lot of sugar in 1 tablespoon. And I'm going to just say right here that sugar is something that we have to be very careful of, and very careful of our consumption. How much we consume in our bodies makes a big difference on our health and how good we feel. So the average North American person consumes around 120 grams of sugar every day. That's mind-blowing. If you don't know, we should only have approximately 25 to 30 grams of sugar per day. So think about that. 25 to 30 grams, and the average person puts 120 grams of sugar in their body. It's no wonder we are coming up with these inflammatory diseases, right? So 1 tablespoon of this sugar has 12 grams per 1 tablespoon. And the ingredients are this: apricots, yeah, well, we'd hope so because it's apricot jam. The second ingredient is sugar. Then the third ingredient is glucose fructose. That's another form of sugar. So watch for words that end in OSE. It's all sugar. And then it has other ingredients, okay? But that's a lot of sugar. Now, that one said pure, remember? Okay, so I'm gonna go on to the other one. This is another Smucker's, and it says no sugar added. You can see that there, no sugar added. Now, what does the nutrition label say? Well, the sugars went from 12 per tablespoon to 4 grams per tablespoon. That's a lot less just by 1 tablespoon. Wow, you're reducing your sugars by 8 grams. That's incredible. That's 3 times that's the difference. So why wouldn't you make that easy swap? The no sugar jam is going to be sweet and tasty because it's made from real fruit. So wow, what an easy swap, and you are reducing your sugar intake by 2/3. That's incredible. It's worth doing for your health. So now I'm going to go on to yogurt. Yogurt is one of those foods that, you know, we all think yogurt health, but you have to be extremely careful in the yogurt that you're purchasing. There are so many types of yogurt on the market today, but I have bought one that everyone knows, okay? Activia. Now this one it has 16 grams of sugar for 3/4 of a cup. That's a lot of sugar when we're only allowed 25 to 30 grams in a day. Okay, 25 to 30, and this is already 16 for 3/4 of a cup. Now, I haven't even looked at the other ingredients in this, but I'm gonna show you what they are. Sugars, and then it says sugar, caramel, and fruit juice. And then you go on, and there's a whole bunch of other ingredients. Okay, but that's 16 grams of sugar. And that is vanilla flavoring. Okay, now, if you make this one simple swap in your kitchen and you buy coconut yogurt, it's very tasty and delicious, so you're still getting flavor. This one says, and it's got vanilla in it, it has, I'm just looking, it has 1 gram of sugar for 3/4 of a cup. Wow, just listen to that, 16 to 1. Now that is a huge difference in your sugar levels, in your sugar intake, in just one swap. Now, if you're used to all this sugar, it might take you a little while to get used to the one that has very little sugar. So what do? You put in a little fruit where you're getting more antioxidants. Fruit is, you know, got fiber and it's sugary and sweet anyway. So pretty soon, if you make that one swap, you're gonna love using this kind of yogurt very, very quickly, and you're giving your body such a better nutrition for your body. This one simple swap is gonna just totally change what you're feeding your temple. It's gonna be less sugar, and you're gonna be feeling better about yourself and about your choices very, very quickly. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go on to swap number 6. Food swap number 6 is about ketchup. Now, I don't know if you love ketchup, but I know my family loved ketchup. And I didn't realize that ketchup was filled with sugar. In fact, it's not really that healthy because it has a lot of sugar in it. In fact, 1 tablespoon has 4 grams of sugar. Now that's the Heinz variety, which most people have, and you think, well, that's not that bad. And you know, 4 grams of sugar for 1 tablespoon might not be that bad, but if you add it up over time, it adds up. So 4 grams of sugar for 1 tablespoon, and you probably, if you're having meat that you love sugar on, you're probably having more than 1 tablespoon. So it all adds up, and in a week, it adds a lot, right? So what can you do? You can switch to a healthier option. Now, you can buy no sugar ketchup. So this one says sweetened only with dates. Now dates, even though it has sugar, it's a fruit sugar, and it's made from the whole date, which is going to give you more nutrients for your body, which is going to be giving you more energy rather than the white processed sugar that actually harms our body. So the ingredients on this one is, for 1 tablespoon, it's only 1 gram of sugar. So again, 4 times the sugar of the one with dates, and it's pure dates. So what a huge difference that is. What a wonderful food swap, and it's an easy one. Okay, we're heading on. That's number 6. Now we're going on to number 7. Now, one of these things that you might think is very, very healthy is a granola bar. A granola bar comes across on the advertisements and the food commercials, and so much that you hear about is that it's all healthy. Granola bars are a health food, but I'm here to tell you, you need to read the labels because they're not all what they're cracked up to be. This is a Special K. We all know Special K is, like, when I hear Special K, I think of the health commercials where this is the better option. I'm here to tell you that this is not the better option. Now, what it says on the bottom is high in protein. We want protein. It's a source of fiber. We all know we need fiber in our bodies. And then it says no artificial flavors or colors. That sounds really healthy. And that's how it's being marketed. But when you read the labels, I'm here to tell you that the sugar content in 1 bar is 14 grams of sugar of things like, I'm going to read the label to you, soy protein, sugar, corn syrup, palm kernel, or palm oil. Those 3 ingredients are all highly, highly processed, and they are harmful to our body. So why is this being advertised as a health food? I don't know. It's not even just the sugar, it's the oil. And wow, there's just things in there that should not be advertised as a health food. Now I'm going to give you a different option, which is a Laura bar. Now Laura bars come, I buy them at Costco. They come in a big box. Now Laura bars also have sugar, but they come from a natural source like dates. That's very different when it comes from dates than when it comes from processed white sugar. Okay, so a Laura bar, what are the ingredients? Well, on this one, it has 3 ingredients. The first one is dates, and then peanut butter and peanuts. That's it. And so when you're looking at the sugar content, this has a lot of sugar in it. It has 16. So you have to be careful of how many you are inhaling or ingesting or consuming, but they are from much better sources. The sugar content from date is actually okay for your body. Now, remember, I've said you want between 25 and 30 grams of sugar per day. So if you're choosing this as a treat for your body, it's a very good treat. And then you only have like 10 sugars left. So this is a much, much healthier option because it's not that highly processed. And it tastes delicious. Okay, so that comes me to number 8, food swap number 8 out of 10. I'm gonna talk about cereal right now, and I have 3 boxes. I just gotta get them here, hang on. 3 boxes of Cheerios. Now, Cheerios is something that lots of kids love, and I'm gonna tell you which one they love the most. Honey Nut Cheerios. Why do they love that? Because it's packed with sugar. Okay, so read the labels. And this is one thing that you can do, and you know what? I'm gonna say it might take you a little while to adjust, but it's a food swap that is worth adjusting, okay? Because we don't want all that processed sugar in our bodies. Now here are the ingredients, the nutrition label. Honey Nut Cheerios have 9 sugars for 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup. Hang on, I'm gonna get getting a measuring cup, and I wanna show you how much 3/4 of a cup actually is, okay? Wow, I'm getting Cheerios everywhere, but I'm gonna say 3/4 of a cup of Cheerios is not very much. And I'm sure that if we're consuming Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios, we're having way more than 3/4 of a cup. This is actually too much. Okay, this is still a little too much because it's, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more. Hang on. I was doing thirds instead of 3/4. There we go. That is 3/4 of a cup of Honey Nut Cheerios, or this actually of multigrain Cheerios. That is not very much. I know that if I was putting this into a bowl, which I'm gonna get a bowl and show you, that I would be using more. So that's not a lot of Cheerios. I would do double that for me. That's a lot of sugar, okay? So it's not a healthy option. So if I was gonna eat Honey Nut Cheerios, I know for myself that once I started tasting the sugar, I would want more and more, because that's what it does. It makes us want more. It makes us crave more carbs and crave more sugar. So instead of 9, I would be consuming double that, which would be 18. I'm only allowed 25 to 30 grams of sugar per day. And that doesn't include an apple or a fruit. So this is from processed sugars and processed junk. So why would I be putting this into my body when I know it's going to cause inflammatory issues? It's not going to help my body. It's not going to help this temple. It's not going to really even fuel my body. So this one has 9. Then there's another choice that you can switch to this one, which is multigrain Cheerios. And this still has quite a bit of sugar in it. In fact, it has, I'm just looking here, it has 6. So 9 to 6 for the same amount for 3/4. So it's a better option. It's an easy food swap. So if you want to try to, swap your foods gradually, go for that. Go from this to this to this one, because this is the healthiest option. Now, 9, 6, or if you're brave enough, just switch right to this one. And you've done your body a world of good, because this one has 1 gram of sugar. So you went from 9 to 1. That's 9 times the amount of sugar in your body. Now, if you eat cereal a lot, or even twice a week, and you go from 9 to 1, and remember, you're not going to just have 9. It would be 18 to 2. Wow, what a amazing difference for your body in your sugar intake. That's a great food swap. Okay, so we are on number 9. And now for number 9, I am actually using sugar, like white processed sugar. If you are using this in your kitchen, then an easy swap would be from taking this out of your kitchen and putting this into your kitchen. Now this is called erythritol and monk fruit extract. Now you can swap it 1 for 1. It's cup for cup or level for level, however you want to say it. But we all know that white sugar is like the white death. We've all heard that this is such an addictive food that is in our households today. So when we swap this for this, we are doing ourselves a lot of good, because how much sugar are you actually putting into things that you make, into your coffee or tea or cereal, into your foods. But for every teaspoon on sugar, you are getting 4 grams of sugar. So 1 teaspoon, you're getting 4 grams of sugar. In a tablespoon, there are 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. So if you're using a tablespoon of sugar, that is 12 grams. 4 times 3 is 12. That's 12 grams of sugar. Now, if you switch and make this one swap, healthy food swap, you are doing your body a world of good, because this one has 0 sugar. Now, does that mean that this is all great for you? Well, no, not really, because this is still a processed item. It's still white and it's processed, but it is a much healthier swap, a much healthier thing, because you're not spiking your blood sugar level that high immediately. Does that mean that you should have tons of this? No, it doesn't. But what it means is that it's a better option. It's a healthier option that won't hurt your body the same way as white sugar. We all know that sugar is addictive. In fact, they're saying today that this product right here, sugar, is as addictive as cocaine and heroin. So I know I don't want that in my life. So I have swapped it out for this. Do I use a lot of it? No, I don't. But if I'm baking and making items from scratch that are like muffins, then I either use this or honey or pure maple syrup. Those are the healthier swaps. Now, if you're still here waiting for number 10, 10 is the best one, or it's the worst one, whichever way you want to look at it. It is the one that, you know, you're going to be mind-boggled or blown away from the difference in the level of sugar, okay? So if you're still here, I ask right now that you like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We don't want you to miss our upcoming videos. And I hope that this is really helping you, because this is 10 easy food swaps that you can just switch out of your kitchen to help your own self treat your body like a temple a little bit easier. So this one, you may know this and you may not know this, and this might be a huge aha moment in your life. Okay, soda or pop? In the US, you say soda. In Canada, we say pop. But here is an example of soda. Coke. One can, this is a bottle, but one can of Coke has 41 grams of sugar. Wow, 41 grams of sugar. Holy moly, like that just blows my mind. One easy swap in your life that's gonna be a world of difference for you is just, instead of having a pop, have a kombucha. Now, you might not like the kombucha, but give it a try. Don't diss it until you've tried it. Or the other thing that you can do is have a Zevia. Now, a Zevia, it's still a pop. It's 0-calorie soda. And this one is a root beer. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you what the sugar content is. It's 0. Now, it's made with ingredients that are not gonna spike your blood sugar. I'm not crazy about carbonated drinks, so this is not something that I take a lot in, but I know that kombucha is a fermented product that actually is okay for your body. It's actually good for your digestive health. But kombucha has, I'm just looking at the sugar content here, it's 1 gram of sugar instead of 41 grams of sugar. That's 40 times the difference. That to me is absolutely mind-blowing, and it should blow your mind as well. So I've got some stats here that I'm just gonna tell you about right now. Here they are. If you consume 1 pop or soda every day, just think about this. 1 every day is 40 grams of sugar a day. That's already over and above our 25 to 30 grams of sugar that we're allowed or should have in our life for health. So in 1 week, if you were consuming 1 pop every day, that would be 280 grams of sugar every week, just with pop. That's only 1 food item or 1 consumption. Whereas if you were gonna drink kombucha, that's only 7 in the week. What a difference. So I figured this out a little bit more. If you have 1 pop every month or every day for a month, that's 1,200 grams of sugar for 30 days instead of 30 grams for 30 days. Like 1 day's worth for a whole month rather than 1,200 grams if you have a soda a day. Wow, what a difference. Now, just think about that in a year, okay? In 1 year, if you had 1 soda a day, that's 41 grams of sugar in 1 can of Coke. That is 14,400 grams of sugar that you've consumed just by 1 can of Coke a day. And that's mind-boggling. Now, So many people have way more than 1 can of Coke in a day or 1 can of soda in a day. Some people have 2, some have 3, some have 4 or even 5 in a day. Just think about what that's doing to your temple, to your body. It's not helping you, it's actually harming you. So let's think about these food swaps. Think about just one healthy food swap that you can make in your life today. And I've given you 10 food swaps that are simple and easy, and I encourage you to try them. If you're interested in learning more about treating your body like a temple, then I encourage you to look into and take the opportunity to take my Food Freedom Workshop. The link is actually in the description under this video. So go ahead, look it up, and treat your body like a temple, not a trash can. I hope you incorporate some of these healthy food swaps into your everyday life, into your kitchen, and start reaping the benefits of treating your body like a temple.